John Dillon, Chase Shaw, and Chuck McCoy will work the game. John Dillon tosses it up, and Wesleyan controls the opening tip. We're underway on the Sunday before Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone, from Nashville. And quickly, Tennessee Wesleyan, the Bulldogs go down low to their big guy, Ty Patterson, averaging 17.3 points a game. And the 6'4", 260 player out of Knoxville, Tennessee, gets the first two of the game.
He's a big guy. I mean, not height, but 260. He's going to be a load. And then Lipscomb on the flip side to their big gun, Jacob Ognasovic. And Ognasovic, he's been the one constant with Asajala out, but he's got to have some helpers. That's been the big deal with Lipscomb. He needs some help offensively.
Well, they put so much on his shoulder when Asan went down. And he's had to come to the plate and has done a lot with it as once again, Wesleyan takes the ball to the rack and they take a 4-2 lead.
A nice little drive that time by Wilson and getting inside.
Ognasovic from outside the arc, short on that one off the rim.
60% three-point shooter. You can't leave him that wide open. And right now, though, Lipscomb just getting burnt off the drive.
Now the drive there to the bucket's good by Ray Tyler. Tyler gets the two. 6-2 ball game. Another turnover by Lipscomb. Here comes Wesleyan on the run. Shot will be missed this time by Bernard, and the rebound out to Lipscomb. Lipscomb wearing those white throwback uniforms with the old bison on the front. The Bison name written across the front. You don't see a lot of those anymore. They wore this throwback over at Belmont, and they're wearing it here on this Sunday afternoon game.
It's almost, it's not a pure white either. There is kind of that, like a little bit of a pastel kind of white.
It looks like it's been around for about 50 years,
does.
and they got him out of the, as a throwback. It looks like it's been hanging in the closet for about 50 years. Got it out to wear. Has the cursive letters across the front. What a nice throwback uniform.
Ognasovic been pretty good from the line. He's 85% from the free throw line.
The Ascend Federal Credit Union starting lineup. Couple of changes in it for Lipscomb. Quincy Clark got his first start down at Florida State. He's starting. Will Pruitt. Caleb Coleman starting today. Ognasovic is starting along with Parker Hazen. And the reason that Coleman is starting today is because Greg Jones not dressed today, not playing for Lipscomb. I think he has a slight injury, and so he is on the bench in street clothes.
Lipscomb going 7 freshmen in their 10 that have dressed out today.
Into the corner, Coleman for three. Put it in the book for him. Coleman leave him wide open like that, and 9 out of 10 times he'll drain it.
Yeah, and he's a player who's really come on. You talk about players that they've needed to step up with Asajala being out. Coleman's been one of those players who I think has stepped up pretty well. Played pretty good minutes for the Bisons.
Wilson's shot partially blocked, but he gets his on rebound. Three-point attempt from the corner won't go, but there to get his on rebound was Patterson. Wesleyan getting a lot of shots on goal with this possession. And then finally the rebound comes down to Ognasovic.
Now they can rebound the basketball. They're averaging 43 rebounds a game. That's 10 more than Lipscomb per game. So that's going to be a stat to watch in this one. Is going to be who can win that rebounding total, as there's bad pass that does end up in a turnover.
Now that's one of those passes you just can't make inside like that, as Will Pruitt is going to be called for the foul at the other end on Wilson. I mean, when you're down low like that, you think you can pass it through everybody, but that pass just can't be made.
Yeah, and live ball turnover. We talk about it so often. Turnovers come in 2 different categories, and the live ball are the ones that really, really hurt you.
See the foul there on Pruitt. Not in the act of shooting, so Wesleyan will play it in. Patterson playing way outside on the arc. Big kid. Not playing down low on the blocks. He's playing outside. They got 5 outside the arc. And he's going to shoot the long three. Across the rim, no good. Rebound to Ognasovic. And here comes Lipscomb on the run. KJ Johnson, who just checked in and out, just wouldn't go for the three.
Yeah, that was a great look for KJ, and you just kind of wish one would drop for him. You feel like if something will drop, maybe he can get going. He's really kind of struggled here in this non-conference.
Patterson spinning, working down low. Puts it up off the back flat part of the iron, no good. And Lipscomb on the run to the other end. And Nazovic's going to be fouled as he goes up. Got double team down low, tried to work between the two players. And he has his arm hacked, so he'll go to the line to shoot the free throws. Where he is a good free throw shooter, 51 of 60 coming into today. And he's already 2 for 2 today, shooting 85%. But when you look at that three-point line, Justin, where he's shooting 60%, it's almost a stat that just kind of blows your mind. 21 of 35 coming into the day. He's missed one here today, but still shooting 60% from outside the arc.
Yeah, and also he's really helped Lipscomb. Lipscomb's top 10 in the country. At made free throws per game and free throws per game, free throw attempts per game is Lipscomb 6th with 197 made free throws and 9th with 267 attempts. So that's always one of the keys when you're playing against Lipscomb is keep them off the free throw line.
Well, up 3 by Tyler won't go, and Hazen has the rebound. Lipscomb could get the lead here, but they turn it over again, and Wesleyan for a layup. Nope, can't get the control of the ball. They'll have to pull it back out. That's a nice.
Finally earned a full roster spot this week. The Rockets really have needed Garrison in the last few games. They've had a winning record since he's been moved to that starting role, and they're really excited to bring him on board. Garrison loves to continue to represent this program. It's a really awesome achievement for a former Bison. Jonathan and Justin, back to you.
Thank you, Erica. We are all very excited and happy for Garrison, and I'm sending him a note to get a loan or at least a Christmas gift or something, but we are proud for him and excited that he was able to get that contract and wish him the best with it.
He's got to start making some Gary Bird shirts. That's what they're calling him in Houston because of his three-point shooting, and you talk about hard work. Nobody's worked harder than Garrison Matthews to get where he's at.
And just, you know, I can remember so much when he was playing as Tommy Murr gets a three up and good. Put it in the book for Murr. And a tie game now at 11. But he was always so nice, Justin. He always came by and wanted to talk to us here at the table, or if we were out somewhere, he'd come by and want to talk a little bit. And I just appreciated that attitude and the way he was checking. And he would always tell me, because that's when I was going through a lot of my knee issue, and he would say, you know, I'm praying for you all the time. And I appreciate guys like that.
Yeah, Gary, just a class act, and always keeps Lipscomb close by as well with everything he's doing, and couldn't be prouder of what he's accomplished and will continue to hopefully accomplish. His 5 straight points now. Tommy Murr off the bench, and then KJ Johnson as well. 7 points for those guys, 5 points off the bench between those two. And Lipscomb gets their first lead of the game.
That was a great play there for KJ Johnson. No field goals in over 3.5 minutes now for Tennessee Wesleyan. But, you know, when you look at the field goal shooting going into that timeout, as there's a 3 that is up and good for Bernard. They had outshot Lipscomb. They were 1 of 5 from outside the arc, 4 of 11 from the field. Lipscomb had just shot 4 field goals before that timeout as they go inside to Anakis. And Anakis goes up and gets the bucket there for Lipscomb.
Nasovic, just too easy that time for him. If they're going to try to front him, I think really they'd be better off trying to play from behind instead of fronting him. It's good defense there by KJ Johnson because it's too easy of a lob pass to him. He's just got 2 perfect positioning.
Long 3 going to be put in the book now for Tyler as Ray Tyler hits the 3. Now 3 of 7 for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yeah, they're not a great three-point shooting team if you just look at the stats. Only about 30% and averaging just under 6.3 threes a game. So maybe a little surprising that they've already knocked down 3 3-pointers.
Parker Hazen to the bucket will be fouled. And so a couple of changes made by both teams now. Schulman will be on the floor now. And also checking in is going to be Trey Benham, who had a good game at Florida State. He hit his first and his second three-pointer, went 2 for 2, had 6 points, a career high for him, getting some of his first playing time. 3 on the way. This one off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for, out with it. Here comes Wesleyan. Headed around for another 3. This one short off the line, but a nice rebound there by Wesleyan as Melicon goes and gets it.
2 offensive rebounds already for Tennessee Wesleyan. Good pass.
Nice pass and completing it with the reverse layup. will be the 6'2" Pikeville, Tennessee senior Riley Melicon. 4-point lead now for Wesleyan.
Grant Asman using his size there. Really nice job. Asman 6'10". He can play outside on the perimeter, but sometimes I think he's more physical than he maybe lets on, and he really need to go in and play a little bit down low because he can be physical.
Player tripped, yeah, it kind of went down. There was no foul or whistle, but the pass was coming toward Bernard, but by the time he was on the floor rolling by, and the pass just went over him out of bounds. Tommy Murr will bring it across the line for Lipscomb. Trailing by 2. Lot of movement by the Bisons.
Yeah, this is what Coach Acuff wants. He wants the quick movement, pop out 3, and Asman's had 2 wide open 3 looks. Those are the shots you want. Just Lipscomb not knocking him down here. Lipscomb just 2 for 7 now from 3.
Well, he's now 3 of 18 on the year, shooting under 20% from outside the arc. He has a nice stroke with some good movement now, and that's what they'd like to see. And every coach likes to see the assist category growing.
Yeah, Lipscomb just got to start knocking down some shots. Even though they're shooting 60%, they're just getting 1 shot on goal right now. And last couple possessions, they've had really good looks, just haven't been able to knock them down.
Just 6 of 10 in the shooting, 7 of 17 for Wesleyan. There's a 3 on the way. This one won't go, and they try to tip a rebound out as Benham missed on the 3. Short with that shot for Wesleyan is going to be Melicon. Into the corner, Schulman for 3, in and out, no good. Nice rebound, nice putback. Left-handed shot up and good there for Trey Benham.
Good energy by Benham.
Concord, North Carolina native, played at Concord Academy. The 6'3" freshman. Shot is short there, going up by Rozier.
Benham already 3 rebounds off the bench.
Tommy Murr on the drive, finds a way to get between a couple of defenders, lays it off the glass and good, and Lipscomb now with a 2-point lead. Approach the midway point of this first half. Outside the arc by the Bulldogs, and then a step-through pull-up is going to be up and good. Put in the book for Bryant Bernard, the senior from Birmingham, Alabama.
Again, 4 for 9 right now from 3, and 44%. Tennessee Wesleyan 30% on the year, just averaging 6 threes a game. So they're shooting well above their average right now.
Bernard's hit 2 of 3. He is now 18 of 51 on the year as the ball's deflected away. And Tennessee Wesleyan will now take possession of it. Changes made by the Bisons. KJ Johnson back on the floor. Parker Hazen back on the floor. And Jacob Anasovic is back on the floor for Lipscomb. Again, the rotation has had to change for Lipscomb with the not having Asana Sajala, and we have seen a big drop in stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's stark. I mean, and I don't want to, I think it's not really quite fair in all respects because the schedule really tightened up as well. So, it's not a great, I guess it's not necessarily a complete apples for apples comparison when you look at before Asajala and after Asajala. But, I mean, some of the key things before and after Asajala, I mean, you look, Lipscomb's field goal percentage, games without Asana Sajala, Lipscomb's field goal percentage is down 12% from 52.8% to 40.1%. Their 3-point field goal percentage, and I think this is really the key, and I do think a lot of this is you can correlate because Asajala sucks in the defense so much. Lipscomb down 17% on their 3-point field goal percentage shooting. They were shooting, and this was tops in the country, 47% from 3 before he got injured. Now they're down to 30% from 3, and they're averaging 17 points less per game without Asajala. So the numbers are there, but again, the competition has been a lot better as well. They played 2 high majors, Power 5 teams in those 6-game stretch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The the teams they started facing were better. But hey, it's true that taking away what he was doing down low has really impacted their three-point shooting. But talking about three-point shooting, Bryant Bernard, the senior out of Birmingham, now 3 of 4 after he hit one just a moment ago. And he's given Wesleyan a 2-point lead once again. And Lipscomb loses the ball once again as they have turned it over 4 times.
He's 16 for 48 coming into this game, so he's already at 21 threes now.
Shot partially blocked there, put up by Wilson. And Lipscomb will push it to the other end. And a quick pull, a nice string pulled on that one, and a 3 in the book for Tommy Murr.
He's a guy that can fill it up quickly. When he gets hot on a roll, you want him to keep shooting just because he's such a good shooter for the Bisons.
Wilson, there's a little bit of hang up there between Wilson and Quincy Clark, as Wilson thought maybe he had been fouled and had been going up for his shot, and then as he came out after the rebound, he was just locked arm in arm with Quincy Clark. See him here, they're just locked up.
I think he was more frustrated that he didn't get the call, because it looked like he was kind of having to battle through on that drive, didn't get the call, and then a little frustration foul by him.
Hazen Parker feeds it down low, and then the foul whistles. He got it down to Nosovic, who's going to be fouled. But I was going to say this about Hazen Parker. I got here early this afternoon.
Parker Hazen.
I mean Parker. I do that a lot, but I didn't mean it. But I got here kind of early this afternoon. A couple of things going on, and got over here, was working, watching Titans lose on TV and a few things. So I was sitting here. I'm telling you, it was about probably 1:30. He was in the gym shooting. I mean, he was in here, one of the first guys, just shooting away, coach working with him, and they were working on his three-point shooting. And it's just good to see, he's a graduate, and he's in here working that early.
He's a guy who loves the game. He just loves the game. And you ask pretty much anybody who's kind of the heart and soul of this team, and they'll tell you it's Parker Hazen. His energy that he brings, that is the guy that really brings the energy for Lipscomb.
Shot blocked down low, almost blocked it inside. Here's Patterson picking up some garbage. He puts it back and it won't go. And who's above the rim to get the rebound? Yes, you got it. Parker Hazen up there to pull it down.
He was above the rim that time.
And Tommy Murr at the other end. Nice little drive. Kisses it off the glass. And Lipscomb now with a 5-point lead.
Murr and Ignacevic both in double figures now.
Largest lead Lipscomb has enjoyed, but not for long, because the shot is up and good by Wilson. Wesleyan shooting just under 35%, but the Bisons are shooting over 58%, nearly 59%. Here's Tommy Murr.
In this game, but since the injury, he's down 6 points. KJ Johnson was up around 9 points per game. He's down 4 points since those games. And then you look as well, Greg Jones was up around 11 points a game. He's down about 3 points a game. So some key guys who really benefited the outside shooting when Hassan was in there, their numbers have fallen because he's out of the lineup.
Patterson at the free throw line gets the 2 for Wesleyan to bring them back to within 3. But Murr today has been creating his points on drives to the bucket.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's got that quick twitch to him, the way he can drive in the lane. And again, he's another one of those guys that kind of when he gets his motor going too and gets something to fall early, you might want to watch out. But that's a guy, you want to talk about Mr. Consistency. Jacob Ignacevic has been Mr. Consistency for this team. He is, average before the injury and after the injury, right around 17 points a game.
He's got 13 now in this game, and he is 3 of 4 from the field. Nice pass from KJ Johnson down to him, but it's deflected out of bounds. And so the Bisons will retain possession.
Great pass by KJ that time. He was really trying to be deceptive with his eyes. You could see he wanted a little bit of that no look. He was preparing for it, but nice recovery by the Bulldogs.
Skip pass at KJ. No way he could save that one. They threw it over his head. And Coach Lenny
he was holding his tongue. He was not happy about that one.
He did not like that pass, and he wishes he could have caught it and thrown it back in, but he knew he couldn't. And
and those are things that really frustrate you as a coach, too, because you've had some really bad turnovers here where you just and that one is right there at the top of the list. Now, 6 turnovers for Lipscomb. They're averaging almost 16 a game, and that's just a number that's just too high.
Patterson with a long 3 attempt on go. Rebound down low and off the glass and good now by Brendan Tyler, the 6'4" senior from College Park, Georgia. And he scores for Wesleyan to bring them back to within 3. Another pass deflected away, but Lipscomb retains possession. Here's Tommy on the drive. Kicking it out to Parker Hazen, who with a little no luck goes down to Anasovic, and he goes up and gets another 2. He's got 15 points here in the first half.
Well, they can have that all day long because they're not doubling Anasovic down low. And so he's getting great angles. He gets deep down on the low post, and Lipscomb can have that all day.
Shooting 12 of 19, 63% for the Bisons. 12 of 31 and 38% for Tennessee Wesleyan, but what's keeping them in it is they're now 6 of 13 from outside the arc.
Again, they're average 6 made threes a game. They're at their average here, and we've got just under 5 to go first half.
Another feed down low, and a good play by the big kid. Jacob Anasovic goes in, and the 6'7", 220 player just went around his defender, and he flushed it home. Spin and move. Nice shot off the glass, won't go. The tip out, though, right back into the hands of Tyler. He'll feed it down low. Shot missed there by Tyler. And a rebound out to Lipscomb. Tommy Murr for 3. Put it in the book. Nice feed from K.J. Johnson to Tommy Murr. And Lipscomb now leads it 41-34. Out on top by 7. Their largest lead of the first half.
Great. Murr, 15 off the bench.
Tyler directs a little traffic. Now will drive. Does a nice little layup. Just kind of scooped it up and off the glass and good for Wesleyan.
Super quick is Tyler.
He's got 10 points in double figures. First Bulldog in double figures. Hazen knocked to the deck as he flipped the ball over. Jacob O keeps it. Then they flip it out to K.J. Johnson. His 3 off the mark. What a rebound by Will Pruitt. He gets the rebound, sticks it back.
Split through 2 or 3 defenders to get that rebound.
3 new Bisons ready to come in. Couple of Bulldogs ready to check in too. Patterson. Oh. He ran into a couple of Bisons.
Yeah, maybe he should have gotten the foul call there. There was some contact.
A lot of contact. Tommy Murr going up. Little contact, no call. Missed on his shot. Here comes Patterson on the run with it for the Bulldogs. Slowing it down a little bit.
The difference, though, Lipscomb does have 10 free throw attempts. So Lipscomb has been able to go to the free throw line. 9 of their 43 points have come from there, and that's part of their recipe, but still, you get those turnovers, and that leads to extra possessions. Lipscomb's just been fortunate that, at least from the inside the arc, the field goal percentage has not been fantastic for Wesleyan, but they're going to go over 40% with that shot.
Bernard gets the bucket as he drove the paint, lays it over the iron. A couple of changes after the timeout. Schulman on the floor. With it over to Pruitt, and he'll put up a 3 and get it. Will Pruitt puts it in the book. Freshman out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, gets the 3-pointer.
5 now for Pruitt, 2 for 2 from the field.
Another 3 attempt fired up by Wesleyan. This one going to be up and good by Wilson.
Man, they are lights out from 3 right now. 7 for 14, 50%.
Lipscomb
again,
5 of 13.
If they're not hitting those, Lipscomb's kind of double-digit lead here.
Boy, once they got off the bus from Athens, they've been firing up the 3s and hitting them. Ball knocked away out of bounds. It's taken away from Caleb Coleman. Almost stolen away there. Quick alert play by Tennessee Wesleyan, but it gets in the corner and back-to-back 3s for Will Pruitt. Put in the book. He's got a couple of 3s. And Pruitt now with 8 points in the ballgame.
Yeah, he really is struggling early in the season from three. You could tell he's been putting in some extra effort in practice.
Deflection and knocked away, and Lipscomb will have the ball after the turnover. Anasovic leads the way with 17, and Tommy Murr with 15 in double figures for the Bisons. 3 players in double figures for Tennessee Wesleyan. As the Bisons attack here, leading 49-41. Will it be 3 in a row? In and out, no good, but a rebound. Nice putback there, Justin, by Grant Asman. Bernard and Wilson 11 and 10 points, and then Tyler with 10 points. This 3 off the mark, and Pruitt's got the rebound for Lipscomb.
Great pass.
Oh, what a pass. What a catch. What a finish. 2 more for the freshman.
Strong finish right now for Lipscomb. They just need to close it out with a good defensive stop.
Anasovic now with 19 points, 6 of 8 from the field. He's missed his 3-point attempt. He's got 7 of 8 from the free throw line. From the shot corner, missed, but a nice rebound down low, put back by to the NCAA and get into March Madness. And so it makes for a lot of fun, and we'll be right on top of it, bringing you all the ASUN games from Nashville and from Lipscomb once they start playing there in January. There's a shot down low. Anasovic just couldn't get it to drop around, but the Bisons battle for the rebound. Can they keep it? No. Patterson comes away with it.
Ball was rolling around, seemed like, for 5 minutes on the floor.
On a nice back door, as working there is Wilson, and draws the foul. Coleman will be whistled for the foul. It'll be the first foul here in the second half as we are just underway. First foul against Coleman. We got the start today because Greg Jones is not dressed and playing for Lipscomb. Wesleyan really burned it up from outside, 7 of 16 in the first half. See if they're able to keep that shooting going here in the second half as they lose this one out of bounds.
But impressive, too, for Lipscomb. They end up with about a 9-rebound advantage in the first half. And again, Lipscomb coming in averaging about 33 rebounds a game, Wesleyan about 43. Obviously, competition plays a lot in that, but still, you're a good rebounding team. Sometimes it's more about mentality than anything.
Going to be a foul whistle that time. Got a little bit off balance as he was going up. But an
travel
I thought they were going to call it travel.
The spin move took a little longer than you would like to see spin moves, and I thought maybe might get him for a little pitter patter.
Lipscomb's had 6 turnovers, only 2 by Wesleyan. Nosford's done a great job of the free throw line. He was 7 of 8 in the first half, but he misses on his first one here. You'll see the spinning move and the foul that's committed there by Brendan Tyler out of College Park, Georgia. Hammers in the second free throw.
He's now had 20 or more points in 8 games this year for Lipscomb.
6 of 9 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, and his 20th point of the game. I won't go, but the kicked out rebound picked up by Bernard. Ball's going to be turned over now to Lipscomb. See the drive.
Yeah, started running before you put the ball on the deck there.
Yeah, make sure you dribble and drive to the bucket.
Happens at every age level, though. Talking to the second graders about that as well. Got to put the ball on the deck before you do anything, boys.
Coleman with the drive, but his shot off the mark. I've been impressed by the way Wesleyan pushes the ball up the floor. This one's going to be kicked out of bounds by Lipscomb. They'll catch it before he gets to the tunnel because they know if it goes too far out that way, Granny White Pike awaits that ball. Patterson has done a lot of his play outside the arc.
Yeah, I've been surprised. I mean, he's 6'4", but 260. He's got a lot of size to him, but you're right. He's gone more outside. And I mean, Lipscomb does have a couple of 6'8" guys in there that'll be a little trouble for him height-wise.
Wilson off the mark, and now we'll have a foul called, and it's going to be on Patterson. That'll be the first foul, team's second foul here in the second half. So Lipscomb will play it in, as Will Pruitt will, right over by the Bison bench. Oh, what a pass, what a play. Parker Hazen doing a little shake and bake out top with it, and he found Will Pruitt going to the bucket.
Yeah, really great backdoor cut set play, and Lipscomb so good on those backdoor cuts. Good ball movement by Wesleyan.
I like how they pass that ball around. Shot won't go, and there to get the rebound is Parker Hazen. Quincy Clark lost the dribble for a second, but regained it and backed out of the paint with it. The big kid, I'm telling you, he's really coming on with his play inside the paint.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the advantage for sure, though, height-wise. And, you know, I think he's just going to continue to develop. I mean, I think the challenge comes for him is when he gets pushed off the block. If he gets pushed off the block and he has to really work it back in, the more dribbling he does down on the block, that's where he can get into some trouble. But if he's got a couple of steps with a couple of dribbles, he's pretty money.
Yeah. His 22nd point. Lipscomb now with a 15-point lead, their largest of this afternoon.
Almost a steal. Nice double on the baseline.
Reverse layup hits underneath the backboard, and then as it is knocked out of bounds, Will Pruitt will be the last to touch it. And so Wesleyan will hold on to it. You'll see the drive, and he just threw it up off the backboard, and then Will kind of just slapped it out of bounds. Patterson, as the shot clock was winding down, they only had a second on the clock after it was played in, and his shot misses everything, so a violation, and Lipscomb will have the ball, leading here by 15. Lipscomb led at halftime 53-43. Wesleyan has not scored in this second half.
Well, out of control that time by Quincy Clark.
They'll go inside, ball in and out, but are going to call basket interference. And so Wesleyan will get their first 2 points of the half on a basket interference call. You'll see it here as
good call. Parker Hazen got his hand up there.
Up in the above the rim and knocked that one away. There's that backdoor cut again. Quincy Clark just can't finish it. Oh, it's going to go out of bounds. Wesleyan will retain possession. KJ Johnson, Tommy Murr back on the floor for Lipscomb. They've outscored. Lipscomb has Wesleyan 5-2 here in this second half. Wesleyan will play it way out top to Wilson, who quickly puts it into the hands of Ray Tyler to run the offense. Spinning move down the paint, but he shot way off the mark.
Out of control there.
Up into our neighbors in Kentucky, and it's just been a rough week. And right before Christmas, so tough. We had crews from our church that were up there this past week helping, and it's just heartbreaking to hear some of the stories. Parker Hazen is going to have his shot ripped away there as he thought about maybe going up to flush one home after the steal, but
great steal by him. He just really leaped into the passing lane there.
If you need that website again, it's redcross.org/ESPN. Go on if you can help out and give to the American Red Cross. And look who's putting it in the book.
Well, he missed
one early.
He missed 2 free throws a moment ago, which is really rare, and I think he's a little frustrated about that, and comes back and makes up with it and gets the 3 that time.
Anasvik now with 25 points here in this ball game. As Patterson in and out, no good. Wow, he did a lot of work just to get able to get that one up, and then it just went down and out on him. Nice pass from Parker Hazen down low to Jacob Anasovic, and he goes up and gets the 2, and Lipscomb out on top 63-45, leading by 18, their largest lead of the ball game.
Well, Anasovic had 30 in the opening night win against Birmingham Southern. He's approaching that number here with 27 now.
Driving shot won't go, and Hazen's got the rebound. Out to Johnson, 3-on-1. KJ, what a pass. Whoa, what a pass. Get that ball into Parker's hand. He didn't put it in the book. He put it, slammed it down. He got a 2 out of it. Flushed that one home.
Yeah, authority there. And Lipscomb, what you like to see here is offense is clicking on all cylinders, but it's starting to happen from defense. Defensively, Lipscomb getting stops.
Parker got the rebound, feeds it out to Tommy Murr. He'll just lay it up over the rim. About a 4.
There. Defensively, Lipscomb has really picked up their game here to start the second half. And if you're Coach Lenny Acup, I think you just want to see consistency here in the second half defensively.
There's a long 3. Get him back in the book with that one. Has put that one up and good there by Bernard for Tennessee Wesleyan. He's now 4 of 7 from three-point land.
12 of his 14 coming from downtown.
Down low, ball tipped away, out of bounds. Oh, they saved it. Thought it was going to be off Wesleyan out of bounds, but they saved it back.
Well, for most of the game, Tennessee Wesleyan has not been putting any backside defensive pressure against Jacob Ognasovic. That time they did, and so when the lob came over, he had somebody right there waiting, and that's what you got to do. But of course, that opens up a shooter for Lipscomb.
We have 2 like opponents. We both, Wesleyan and Lipscomb, lost to Tennessee Chattanooga. They lost 104-55. The other game, they defeated Kentucky Christian in overtime, 94-89. They are in that Appalachian Athletic Association together. And one of these Sunday afternoons, Lipscomb defeated Kentucky Christian 86-67.
You can see what Tennessee Wesleyan trying to do now. They're trying to bring that backside. You see him slide through the screen there. The backside perimeter defender over to double Jacob Ognasovic, which is the right idea. You want to double him because every time he's touched it down there, he's been almost automatic, but a little late that time. And Ognasovic really good at drawing fouls.
This will be his 14th attempt of the afternoon. He missed on this one. He's 8 of 14. 27 points, 9 of 12 from the field, including a 3-pointer.
28 points now.
Yeah, slow ending that one up. 28 points for him.
Good defense.
But a nice recovery and pass down low. First shot didn't go. They'll try again and don't get it. And then J.O.'s there to get the rebound. Lipscomb quickly on the run with it. KJ, what a feed. Didn't get to slam it home, but he had enough on it that Parker Hazen got it to roll around the rim and drop down.
5th assist for KJ Johnson.
22-point lead here for Lipscomb. That'll be their largest lead. Quickly back down to 20 as that bucket is up and good there by Rozier, the 6'5", 220-pounder out of Manchester, Tennessee. Another 3-point attempt. And you just got to get your pen out. Get ready. Put in the book for Jacob Anasovic. He's now got 31 points in this ball game.
Career high for Ognasovic.
Trying to push his way, turn down low. Shot going to be short there by Rozier as he was battling up against Anasovic. Going through and getting out of control and out of balance was KJ Johnson, and he threw it away. He was looking for some help as he drove underneath, but nobody was there. Anasovic down low, trying to post, does. Nice feed to him. He's up off the glass and good from Parker Hazen to him. And to his collection, 33 points now.
I don't want to speak too soon, but we're starting to flirt a little bit with Asana Sajala's career high, and the last time the most points were scored here in Allen Arena was back on March 3rd, 2020, when Asana Sajala had 40 points in a game against Florida Gulf Coast.
Well, he's down low trying to get 2 more. This one's going to be blocked away and a foul whistled. It'll take us to a timeout. 75-52. We're approaching that midway point here of this second half. And Lipscomb, all them in the second half. Lipscomb's hit their last 7 field goals. They lead it here. 75-52. It's the free throw shooting, as you see Jacob going there to the line. 4th in the NCAA Division I in free throws attempted, 267, and in free throws made at 197. They'll be 6th, 9th with the attempts, 6th with those made. And today, Justin, they coming right here are going to be still 11 made out of 17 attempts. But the man at the line is 9 of 15.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, though, at the misses he's had from the free throw line. He came in at 85% from the free throw line, and he's had 7 misses. Really, you think about 7 more points, he's at 38 points if he knocks down his free throws. But, yeah, the attempts, and 16 of the 18 have been Jacob Ognasovic.
Ognasovic gets the rebound at the other end now, and here come the Bisons. KJ Johnson quickly feeds it out to Tommy Murph. Puts up the 3 and puts it in the book. Tommy now 4 of 4 from outside the arc.
He ties his career high as well. He had 22 against the College of Charleston on November 12th earlier this year.
Wesleyan trying to see if they can stop the run here. Shot going to be short. 4 Bisons around the rim to get the rebound, and Tommy Murr will come out with it.
Great pass.
Oh, down low. Beautiful pass. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout. They're going to check J.O. out of the game after he got a nice slam there. Coach Lenny called the timeout. Lipscomb out on top 80-52 as Grant Osmond will come back into the game here. Now, Asmund, the freshman, will come on, but watch this pass, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Murr with a dime and a half. I think, Coach, that may be the last we see of Jacob Ognasovic in this one. 33 points, a career high for him, and 11 for 14 shooting. Phenomenal, 2 for 3 from downtown, and Lipscomb shooting as a team 68%. But you got to give a lot of the credit to Ognasovic because of his 11 for 14 shooting.
Got 6 rebounds. Got on to him a little bit, just 9 of 16 from the free throw line, though. 80-52, Lipscomb leading this game.
He would have matched Sajala's 40 if he had knocked down all his free throws.
28-point Lipscomb lead. Another run for the Bisons. This one a 7-0 run right now as we get a foul called against Lipscomb.
Most impressive thing about that Asana Sajala 40-point game back in March of 2020. Of course, that was right before or right during the time COVID-19 was setting in. Nobody knew it at the time, but you know, that was the first game of an ASUN conference tournament game when he had 40, and Lipscomb needed all 40 of them.
Both free throws are good for Rozier.
Lipscomb 9 for their last 9 on field goals. How about that?
Rozier's just a 55% free throw shooter, but he's perfect today, 2 for 2. Another nice pass, but Murr couldn't hold on to it. And it's stolen away by Wesleyan.
This, though, is where this last 8:55. This is where Lipscomb, though, really like to see what you've got in some of your role bench players. You want them to come in and perform well, not be sloppy. Trey Benham, Grant Asmund, and also Tanner Schulman, some of those guys off the bench that there's been plenty of games that they've needed them to come in and make some big shots.
Several of them had some pretty nice evening stats and a pretty nice game the other night coming on in a reverse game against Florida State when Lipscomb was down by so much. Now they're coming in with a big lead and seeing what they can do. Here's a 3 on the way. This one just off the rim. He is so close.
It's just an inch off. Yeah, it's just an inch off with Asmund. The stroke looks good. It's on target. So I think the big fella, they're just going to keep and encourage him to keep shooting it.
Thinking about a three, but not stepping in and firing a little 17-footer that won't go. Will be Billingsley, who's in now for Wesleyan. But Tommy Murr.
Trey Benham.
Oh, that was Trey Benham, yeah.
A little pass from Murr.
Take the pass from Murr, and Trey Benham, who had 2 threes in the game against Florida State, has now here in this game hit a 3, 1 of 3. And there's one put up and good there for Wesleyan, and then the ball knocked away.
Statistician over there, he got 2 points taken away from him, giving it to Jacob Ognasovic. He now has 35, so he adds to his career high, but that is the correct. I thought there was a mistake on that, and they got it fixed over there. So Tommy Murr does not have a career high. He still has that 22 against the College of Charleston, his career high. Still has 7 minutes to go, though, where he might get it.
Quincy Clark back in the lineup for Lipscomb 2. And the drive, and nice attempt there by Schulman, but it's knocked away.
Not sure what happened there. And we got somebody stepping on the
sideline again, is it not?
Which we see that once again. So glad we got that out of the way now.
Benham and Schulman, Asman, along with Clark on the floor for Lipscomb, along now with Coleman. And again, that little drive and trying to knock it back into the paint is knocked away. That's not worked very well today. A couple of times for Lipscomb.
Nice block that time by Coleman. And again, Lipscomb working with the subs. And again, you look at who's on the court right now. You got 4 or 5 players are freshmen by class for Lipscomb. So again, Lipscomb by class, they've got 7 of their 10 are designated as freshmen out here.
Coleman's block went off of a Wesleyan player, so Lipscomb has possession. They've hit 10 of their last 12. And that's a 3 right there. Put that one in the book. Another one for Trey Benham.
He's got a pretty stroke.
Ball stripped away. Benham with the steal. Here's a 2-on-1. He's going to give it up, and then coming down, they had a 3rd player there, and then they'll get him for kicking the ball as Asman came in at the last second to help out there. But they'll turn it over and give it back to Wesley. I don't know
if he really kicked it as more as he kind of rolled over on it. Looked like he almost tripped on it rather than kicking it. But with a 29-point lead, the officials are going to give the benefit of the doubt to Tennessee Wesleyan.
Still go in the book as a turnover and give it right back, even though I like the way Lipscomb was bringing it up and down the floor and a couple of passes.
Yeah, this is one of those games where turnovers not going to be as indicative because Lipscomb starters have kind of exited here. So some of the turnovers have been a little sloppy from some of the reserves for Lipscomb, just trying to get into the offense.
There's another 3 attempt put up, this one off the mark by Benham, and the rebound quickly out for a long run down by Wesleyan. And Matthew Kyle on the floor passes off to Mayberry, who's on the floor now for Wesleyan, as both teams have gone deep into their bench. And a nice layup and a nice pass down to him, and going up and scoring again is going to be Trey Benham. And Benham now with 10 points. He's in double figures, and that'll be a career high for him. He had his career high down at Florida State with 6 on the back-to-back threes that he hit, the 2 threes.
Yeah, 4 players now in double figures, and it's scissoring up the defender there that time. That's a hard, hitting the deck hard.
Yeah, it was. Matthew Kyle, 6'1", sophomore out of Sweetwater, Tennessee, and he jammed that arm down on the floor pretty hard there, but he comes up okay. Took a pretty good little spill. Well, shooting percentages has been a lot of this story today. And there's a steal, another one by Trey Benham, and he's really played hard today. He'll go up, and he'll get just a little bit of a Tommy Hawk on that one. Got it up over the rim.
Got it up over the rim. That's a dunk. We'll give him the dunk. But really a better defensive play than anything. Benham with a couple of steals, and now another one there by Lipscomb.
And a nice pass over to Benham again, and 2 more as Schulman gives it up to him. And Trey Benham, the freshman guard out of Concord, North Carolina, already with 14 points in this game.
Really nice job by Benham. 6 of 9 now from the field.
Benham with 4 rebounds to go with it. Pace had picked up a little bit with 4:20 to play. And now a foul be on Benham. You look back, Justin, at that first half, you know, you had a 5-point lead there by Tennessee Wesleyan. They were playing tooth and nail with Lipscomb, very close to the first couple of timeouts. And then all of a sudden, Lipscomb stretched it out to that 10-point lead at halftime. But the second half has been all Bisons.
I mean, it's very similar to what happens to Lipscomb sometimes when they go to a Power 5. The first 15 minutes, it's like, well, okay, these two teams kind of back and forth playing with each other. And then it usually all it takes is a 10 to 12-0 run. And we saw that towards the end of the first half. And then second half, it's been pedal to the metal for Lipscomb, and it's just too much to overcome for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Well, you look at the shooting percentages, you know, early on as they get the drive in the bucket there by Billingsley, Tennessee Wesleyan had 11 or 12 more shots than Lipscomb. They're 23 of 69 and 33% as Lipscomb rolls one around and won't go there by Quincy Clark. Lipscomb now 35 of 53. Make it 35 of 54 now. Still shooting right at 65% for the game.
Yeah. But what I've been more impressed with is defensively, I thought Lipscomb really kind of locked down, moving their feet a lot better here in the second half defensively. First half, they were just getting kind of blown off the ball a few times on drives as Benham can't finish that one. But they've moved their feet a lot better here in the second half.
Some body contact, no call, but then
because it's over their average. They're averaging 6 made threes, 30%, but you get all of them in the first half, and then you have trouble getting them in the second half. And credit Lipscomb defensively. Like I said, Lipscomb, a lot more energy, a lot more effort defensively in the second half.
Lipscomb 3-point shooting here in this half, 5 of 8 after they were 6 of 15 in the first half. And so they're shooting 11 of 23 now as they get across midcourt against the full court press. Coleman, he'll have his shot blocked down low as Rozier got a good piece of that one to block it away. First layup won't go, but a foul will be called on Trey Benham. Benham picks up his 3rd personal foul, and to the line will go Riley McCollin, the senior from Pikeville, Tennessee. He's an 80% free throw shooter. First attempt of the afternoon is good.
Even with Lipscomb 0 for their last 4, still shooting 63%, 25 assists on 35 made buckets for the Bisons. That's a season high. Previous high for Lipscomb was 23 against South Carolina State.
Tennessee Wesleyan just put together probably their best little run, a little 7-0 run. Guys off the bench. Now they'll fire up a long 3. No good, and the rebound will come out to Lipscomb, and with it's going to be Tanner Schulman. Quincy Clark finds the man down low. Second shot won't go, but he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line now.
Grant Hasman kind of got harassed down there. And I think the first shot they were going to kind of let go. No contact, even though it looked like he got hit in the face. Second one, not going to let it go by.
Asman to the line, connects on the first free throw, coming into the day at nearly 67%. 4 of 6 coming in, now hits on his first one here. Rozier picked up that foul. 16 foul committed by Wesleyan. Both teams have committed 6 as we move toward the final 2 minutes of this one. It's with a 30-point lead, their largest lead 35, and it was 10 at halftime. Shot won't go there. Down with it was Rozier, and Lipscomb with the rebound, pushing it up floor. Schulman drives, pitches back out to Clark for 3. It won't go. Shot.
What was going on there by
Melicon? Ball kind of went out of his hands, and then Lipscomb the other way, and then a little push by Fafield, the junior from Granger, Tennessee. To the free throw line goes Lipscomb. This time it'll be Quincy Clark, who's a 58% free throw shooter. Clark, a starter today, has not scored. 0 for 4 from the field. Just on a couple of threes, but does get a free throw. So everybody that has played for Lipscomb, except Schulman, have now scored. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Missed on.
Well, and everybody that's dressed has played. Lipscomb with only 10 dressing out today, with Greg Jones sitting this one out with a little bit of an injury.
So Tanner, the freshman from Chattanooga, would like to get another try here with 1:39 to play. Knocked away there by Clark. Picked back up. And the rebound kicked around, and coming out with it is going to be Benham. Holman's going to be fouled. He's knocked down to the deck.
Yeah, I mean, there was some contact, obviously, but it looked like he kind of slipped as well, made it look worse than probably the contact was. But Caleb Coleman getting in the starting lineup again. Coleman chance to get his 4th and 5th point here.
You know, neither one of these teams has had a field goal in a while. Lipscomb hadn't had one in nearly 3.5 minutes, and a little over 2.5 minutes. Wesleyan hadn't had a field goal. Scoring's been taking place at the free throw line. Coleman connects on him.
If nothing else, you get that winning feeling back for Lipscomb. That's what they were looking. I mean, 5 straight losses. Not going to be easy, obviously, heading on the road on Wednesday, but nice to just get a little bit, you know, you're still working as hard in practice and in those games and not getting the result. So it's nice to just get rewarded with the result here against Tennessee Wesleyan.
Moving to the final minute of play as Schulman's got the rebound. Remind you, coming up at the end of this game, stay with us. Erica Plunkett will be talking live with a Bison player and also with Coach Lenny Acuff as Coleman puts up the 3, no good. And would also, during this final 40-some seconds, wish everybody a safe and Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy time over the holidays with your family and friends and just enjoy it. And we will not be back with any action until after Christmas, and just around the New Year's, Lipscomb will have a non-conference game before we get into ASUN play, Justin.
Well, and that's what everybody's looking forward to. 8 games in January in ASUN play, 8 games in February in ASUN play.
Players shaking hand. The final ticks of the clock will go down. Schulman's got it to dribble with, and got 4 seconds on the shot clock, 4 on the game clock. He'll turn it right over to Tennessee Wesleyan. And
well, he should have kept playing it because that was a turnover.
I was going to say, that goes as a turnover.
It goes as a turnover.
They stopped with a shot clock violation.
And the Tennessee Wesleyan, if they had just kept dribbling, it would have been the end of the game.